Hi, I'm Britt, everybody. Today I'll be talking about the biking enhancements around campus for the future. Recently, the League of American Bicyclists has recognized the University of Illinois as a bike-friendly campus. We are currently in the bronze bracket, with numerous amounts of other schools listed. Our university was judged on 5 main criteria: education, encouragement, enforcement, evaluation, and engineering. With these criteria, I question the future of the biking system at the university. What can the university do to improve the biking environment in order to keep the name of the bike friendly or to even move up in the rankings? I decided to compare our university to the top-ranked school, Stanford, currently in the gold position. I thought this would be helpful in showing how a top school has achieved the ranking they have earned. By comparing to Stanford, our university can visualize what we need to change or enhance in the future in order to become a higher-ranked school. Also, we can see what Stanford has that we do not, thus encouraging a change in our biking system on campus. Stanford has a whole website dedicated to the biking on campus. In this website, it has a list of every educational program they offer, how to register your bikes online, tips on how to ride safely, how to keep your bike locked up safely, and specific numbers the students can call for assistance. This is what we have. Blogs that you have to search for. In order to find something about bikes at the University of Illinois, you have to go through multiple web pages to find the simple bike class you are looking for. Stanford has mentioned before providing tips on how to lock up your bike safely. They say on the web page that the easiest way for a thief to take your bike is to lock it up with only a chain. They also then say that the best way to lock up your bike is with a U-lock and a chain. The University of Illinois has nowhere on their webpage or anything like Stanford does with tips on how to lock up your bike safely. If your bike is stolen or left unattended and comprehended at Stanford, there is a higher chance of retrieving your bike. Mandatory that every student registers his or her bike with certain codes such as serial numbers on the bike. This way, if a bike is found or handed in, students just have to show that they have registered the bike. Students have their dorm rooms to lock objects, and student athletes have their own lockers. At Stanford, there are actual lockers for students to ride their bikes around campus. There are about 12 bike locker compounds around the campus. This is another way for students to keep their bikes locked up and safe throughout the day, month, or even year. The University of Illinois has nothing like a bike locker. All there are is minimal bike racks located around campus. In these bike racks, they're pretty crowded, so you can barely park them. By comparing our university's bike system with Stanford's, our eyes can open up to see what our university really needs to improve on. With the improvements, students can be encouraged to ride their bikes safely around campus. The Transportation Demand Management and students have produced a potential bike plan consisting of 6 steps to help improve our biking system. I feel these 6 steps should not be potential but a must in order for our school to climb to a higher ranking. The first step of the 6 is to create a public bike sharing market analysis. A public bike sharing market analysis is when a university provides a certain number of bikes to the students that they can borrow. With having a bike sharing community, students can be encouraged to put their bikes away properly on their specified bike racks. I personally agree with this bike sharing idea due to the fact some students are less fortunate than others and cannot afford to have a bike on campus. While thinking about the borrowed bike plan, I asked where would the money come for this project. Money is definitely a limitation on the bike improvements and enhancements. Money needs to become the first priority because in order to first make the enhancements, there needs to be money that can be spent and money that can be saved for further improvements. We must make sure that we need to spend the money first. If there are not enough students riding their bikes every day, then we can spend less money. This is explained in my next speech. With the potential projects, the University of Illinois must recognize how many students are truly riding their bikes around campus. There's a need for enough students to put their bikes in for new improvements. Although I think as you look around campus you see enough students riding their bikes, I feel it is necessary to add enhancements. Enhancements include enhancements to the rules and regulations. The rules and regulations are out of date. They were last updated in 1989. As researching, I came upon the student handbook that only listed 3 rules for students that are riding their bikes. Times have changed and there are a lot more students and students that ride their bikes. Nowadays, three rules will not cut it. The infrastructure of biking system needs to be adjustments such as adding more bikes around campus. I feel there should be more bike racks in order for the students to not feel pressured to parking their bikes on other objects besides the preferred spots. Students should be required to register bikes. This helps students retrieve their bikes easier when stolen or comprehended. Also, all this is easy as putting the bike registration online. No paper needed. The University of Illinois is known throughout the country due to its outstanding academics and athletics, with a new addition of being recognized as a bike-friendly campus. As mentioned earlier in my argument, the recognition was given to the university by the League of American Bicyclists, judging off of 5 main criteria: enforcement, education, encouragement, engineering, and evaluation. With all of the 5 criteria, I was thinking to myself about how truly great our biking system is on campus. Once I realized that our university was ranked in the bronze bracket and that Stanford was ranked in the gold position, my questions began to change. I questioned, what improvements does our university need to make in order to prosper like Stanford? I found numerous ideas for the university to change and enhance, but I thought comparing to the University of Stanford would argue that what they have is better than what we have. With this, I led into my proposal argument stating, based off the UI bike link, what needed to be done in order for the university to become higher ranked. With my argument, I felt as if our university was at the bottom and we had to climb to the top, and with what certain steps were needed for us to climb to the #1 spot of gold.